Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make these brown autumny nail art design. We're going to do the 3D sweater pattern and also some maple leaves ready for autumn, and of course we've got some browns. So we've got two today. We've got like a proper brown and then a kind of nude one. So we've got Oracle and Pivot. There, I'm showing you guys what it looks like at the top. And then we do also need a stamping polish. So I'm using Orange Autumn today for our stamping. And I'll also show you guys the plates already at the start of the video. So we've got BT Big Bang XL Food plate number 4. And it's like a bit of an awkward plate, but it's got autumn on there and I wanted to use it. And we also have this one. This one is from, it's Finger Angel, and it's a plate from AliExpress. This is the XL07 and it's just full of leaves, very autumny stamping plate, and it's literally going to be perfect for your autumn set. I always get so much use out of it. I had a lot last year and I already have a lot of use this year and we've only just started. So I'm going to apply that light brown shade on all of the 5 nails, and then we're going to come back and do a lot of the other accent details with the darker brown, which feels like very unusual. I feel like I'm always double dabbling in different gel polishes at this stage, but no, for once it's literally all the one colour, and it was such a dream to apply this one as well. It was really nice. And then off camera I'll do another coat, and now it's time for the nail art. So on our first nail we're going to do a smile line. This is just going to be your regular French tip nail. So draw out your smile line and then colour in the tip, and that's it. And remember, every single detail that I do always do another coat off camera. I only ever do the one coat on camera, the first one, and then the second one I do off camera. It's just very repetitive, and otherwise would be literally sat here for like 30 minutes trying to do the 2 coats. But yeah, so just bear that in mind. And now here I'm just colouring in the tip. Then next up, I think we're going to do the stripe nails. So in a moment I'm going to grab another nail, and on that one, using the same brown of course, you want to find yourself the middle point. It doesn't have to be necessarily middle, but kind of up to you. And I'm going to do a line down the center and then colour in one side. The one side I went in for would be the right hand side today, but again, just kind of pick whichever one you want to do. And bear in mind that the side that you're not going to colour in is the side we're going to stamp on. So if you want more of the stamping to show, then do less of the darker brown side of it, if you know what I mean. I've obviously got long stiletto nails, so I don't have to worry too much about space. But if you're working on, you know, client nails, small nails, then you might want to think how much of that brown you want to place down, just enough so you can also see the stamping. Now onto the next nail. This one I'm already preempting because I already know what I'm going to do. So imagine doing a smile line but really low down the nail. So do it there and then colour in the tip. And then you want to do basically the same thing but reverse above. So you're almost doing, I like to call this a bit of like a frame, a border. We're going to stamp in that center piece where I'm leaving the light nude there. So I already obviously knew that I'm going to do that. So I do this now at this stage. But if I was to create this set, you know, without knowing what I'm doing, just kind of being creative and trying to design something, then when I did my set, I originally stamped and then I did the border around it. So I'm going to colour that in there. And as you can see with this brown, it definitely needs another coat. It's quite sheer. I was trying to be very you know, not using too much gel polish there. I was just trying to be quite thin with it as well, because with darker colours it can wrinkle sometimes. I didn't really want that. And then on the, I think it's the last nail now, we're going to do again, imagine a smile line, but now colour in the above part. So rather than colouring in the tip, you're going to do the above. And then I'm going to do another smile line below it, leaving a fair gap to be honest, and then colouring in the bottom part. So now as if you're literally doing a French tip. That's like the best way I could explain it. So here goes the French tip colouring part, and then in a moment we're going to colour in that upper part. There we go. And then you're leaving this little gap in the middle there. So once I'm obviously happy, this will be the last nail now. All of these will go into the lamp. I'll do another cut off camera real quick, and then we can start kind of going through the stamping part. The stamping itself is pretty easy. There's no colouring in. It's literally picking an image as is off the plate and stamping it down where you want it. So we're going to start off with this one here, the Beauty Big Bang plate. And on this one, I really, like I mentioned before, really like the kind of image that says fall, and it's got some, you know, autumny kind of patterns around it, I guess, like a pumpkin and all sorts like that. So that one I thought would be perfect for this nail here. So I'm going to stamp it in the center there. And then obviously you went over a bit, which is fine. You just want to grab yourself a lint-free wipe with some acetone and just kind of clean it around the edge. Just remove whatever you don't want. And the polishes and everything that I'm using, it's not the gel polish ones. It's just a regular stamping polish. So I don't need to pop this into Lamp for a Cure or anything like that. Now that's all we're doing on that plate. The next plate is this one, and you've got a lot of leaves to pick from. And today I went in with this one here. So I'm going to pick that up, and then I'm going to stamp it on the French tip nail, and I'm stamping it on like the above part on the lighter shade. There it goes. And again, I think I had a bit of like a couple dots there that I didn't want, so I'm going to clean that up, which I included the footage of. And then we're going to have, looks like 2 more nails. So on this plate you've got a couple like full coverage images. So on this one here, it's like a mix of different leaves. So I'm picking that up, and I'm going to stamp it on the lighter brown part of the nail here that we've got going on. And I was trying to be efficient, so I stamped down the first part, and I had some left on my stamper, and I obviously needed to double stamp because the nail was so long. I can just go ahead and do another double stamp, and you don't actually see it being connected, which is perfect. Now onto the very, very last nail now. I've got this, I guess it's a maple leaf. I'm not really good with my leaf names, but we're going to pick up this image here. Again, full coverage. On this one, you have to be a bit more careful because the image itself, it gets kind of like cut off at the bottom, and you need to double stamp. So bear that in mind. So you're going to have to remove it, stamp it down, re-pick up, and kind of connect it so you can't see it. So I'll show you guys how to do that now. So we've stamped down the first set, and you want to re-pick up. Now, when I re-picked up, I don't think I placed enough polish, so the image was a bit kind of like sheer-ish on my stamper, which I didn't actually notice until after, because when I record, the phone is kind of like in my way, so I can't always fully see, which is sometimes why I kind of disappear off camera when I'm doing like fine lines or something very, very detailed, because I literally can't see, and I can't really get my face really close to it or anything like that, because the phone's in the way. But here it is. Now at this stage we're going to matte top coat, and in a moment we're going to start the process of doing the 3D, and honestly, like this time of the year is such a favorite for these kind of designs. I love doing the 3D like sweater looks. I'm just honestly obsessed, and I'm kind of fearing that I might run out of my clear acrylic. Yeah, this year finally. It took a couple of years, but I will probably run out, and I'm going to have to probably buy some more. So maybe we could do some videos on like reviewing some kilo acrylics or anything like that. I don't know. But yeah, I just brought one of those like big pots, and it's lasted me a very long time. I don't really do acrylics often at all. I should get more into it. Gel polish is just has a really, really, you know, close or nice place in my heart, I guess. I don't know. And I just love it, and I just find it so easy. So I always kind of fall back on it. So it's all now cured and matte, and we can start working on the 3D look. So on this half nail here, we're going to do a line down the center, and then we're going to do those zigzag patterns. They're probably the most basic, most common sweater patterns you ever find. And even though it's the most common and basic, it's also, I find it so cutesy. Like, I love it so much. You can get quite creative, of course. You can do all sorts of different patterns. You could do, I know people do hearts and stars, and you can really, really get creative. So you don't need to stick with the absolute basics. You can really customize it and kind of, you know, do what your capabilities are in a way. But I am doing the regular method. I feel like as we probably get on with the year, as we get closer to Christmas, I'm probably going to try and do more and more advanced ones, because it's a couple of months before Christmas, and you know, I'm probably going to get bored of this pattern after a while. But on this full nail here, we're going to do our outline of like the, I guess, the smile line area. And then again, we're going to continue the zigzag pattern, and then these like dashes on the side as well. With the clear acrylic, I am using the Glitter Bells one because that's just what I have. But I recommend, if you're not going to do acrylic, it's quite pricey, so just pick up some cheap stuff on like AliExpress or Shein. That would do the job. Unless you're going to actually use it for capping, then I don't recommend. Actually get the good stuff. But there is this one done now. We are basically halfway there. We've got another 2 nails to do, and I'm constantly just repeating the same pattern like on every single one, and I'm sprinkling the clear acrylic into the nail until I can see that's no longer kind of glossy and shiny. I can really see that it's really sunk in there and it's ready to go into the lamp for a cure. And I always do a 60-second in an LED lamp, and then once it comes out, I just kind of grab one of those brushes and just get rid of any of the, you know, bits left over. And then it looks really nice and crisp and basically ready to wear, ready to show whatever you're doing with your nails. Now onto the French tip nail. Again, same thing, outline a smile line and repeat the process with the pattern. And so on. And then last but not least, it will be that kind of like double smile line looking nail. And again, just outline it and do the pattern again. I'll show you that as well when we get to it. But yeah, quite repetitive, but honestly, the sweater look is like my favorite, and I'm really happy with this set too. I'm really happy with how it came out. I was a bit kind of struggling to do a autumn set. Autumn is always such an awkward time for me. For some reason, I just can't seem to create anything. Like Halloween, no problem. Christmas, no problem. But this autumn time of the year, for some reason, don't know what it is. I just can't think of anything. I also don't have many browns in my collection either, which I kind of knew, but this year specifically is bothering me, and I feel like I need to invest in some more gel polishes really in that kind of colour family and range and everything and stuff like that. Because actually after doing this set, I was like, oh, this brown's actually really nice. Like it's, you know, I'm more of like the bright neon, pinky kind of girly, blues, purple, pastels and that, not necessarily the dark browns. But now obviously as we come into the season, there'll be more and more requests for those kind of colours, and it's, you know, clearly the time for it, and I don't have it, so I need to sort that out basically. But here's that last nail. Now we're going to finish the zigzags and everything else. Once that goes into lamp though, we've got just 3 nails that are going to have a crystal placement. Nothing too crazy. We do have caviar beads involved today, and we're almost done with the design. So we are going to crack on with that crystal placement basically now. The rhinestone glue gel that I always use. I know that I don't always mention it for some reason. I always use it in every video because there's almost crystals in every set, but I never really talk about it. So it's the Macart rhinestone glue gel. Use it literally every single video of on my channel, and it's so good. I'm really happy. You can get it on Amazon. It comes really fast. Like when you need it, it will be there for you. Never had any issues. So yeah, just a ride or die that. And I'm going to kind of apply the crystals on this maple leaf French tip nail on the like at the bottom at a kind of angle, like on a corner. And of course the caviar beads are going in between every single crystal today. So there's that one. Next up we've got this one here. So we're going to do a straight line right at the top there. And it's with 3 AB crystals. Same thing, caviar beads in between. The crystals, the AB ones are from, I think they are from Shein now. And the caviar beads are also from Shein. You can get like a massive bag of it for like 99p, 80p or something crazy. It's really good. Really happy, and especially when you're doing like designs non-stop, you can't be like having to spend like shop non-stop when you're running out like a top coat. It's really nice to kind of get it in bulk and just have a lot, which is great. So there's that one. And then last but not least is this beauty. So we're going to do a corner of it at the top right hand side and a corner of it at the bottom left hand side, and same idea, just 3 ABs, 1 size in the center and then 2 of the same size of either side, but obviously you're decreasing in sizes, and then the caviar beads in between. And I'm using my brush to apply it. I also depotted a bit of that gel polish, like the rhinestone glue gel, onto my palette just for, it's just easier to pick up that way. And here go the caviar beads. That will be basically the final step. That will then go and stand for a cure. I've got one more autumny set that's likely going to be uploaded after this one, which I'm actually quite happy too with it. So I'm quite excited for you guys to see it as well. And obviously a lot of Halloween is upcoming and already being uploaded. But here are the final results. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.